Hey guys, this is Claire. Welcome back. I'm doing this video to give some updates on my life as far as touching on some videos, some prior videos I've made. One of the first videos I did was about relationships and how I was really struggling actually in church with finding fellowship. I was just feeling a little bit left out. I'm newer and I don't have as much of the same background. I'm kind of at a different place than other people in some ways, and I was really struggling. And I'm so happy to report that things are definitely getting better. Weekends just don't have that hold over me as much anymore. Sundays, I definitely don't have to worry about Sundays because I have a place to go every Sunday, just have wonderful fellowship, and it's such a blessing. I used to get really upset. I had this idea that everyone in church went to Cracker Barrel right after church, and I would leave church and I'd be looking in my rear view mirror and thinking they're all going to Cracker Barrel with their families and blah 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 blah. And I think it was a little bit of an exaggeration, but I am so blessed because Sundays are just wonderful. They're wonderful. I have great fellowship every Sunday inside of church and outside of church. Let's see, what else was going on? Well, the main theme here, one of the main themes is my issues at night. I live by myself and the situation had been deteriorating and I'm still really struggling with being by myself. The good thing about building those relationships is something that's kind of cool is when I come home, I start to text people, some people, it's hey, what's going on? This happened today. And that's really nice that I feel comfortable doing that because before it was just I'm home, okay. And I would just kind of go into deep emotional turmoil. Where now I feel comfortable just texting people. It's hey, guess what happened today? Guess who I saw? Did you know this? And that's really nice because I just like that human interaction, even if it's on a superficial level at times. Sometimes that can be enough for me, especially just coming home. That's really nice. A video I did was about driving. I was really struggling with driving. When I got upset at night and felt overwhelmed, I would just hop in my car. And thankfully, since the West Virginia experience where I got lost in the mountains, and it is documented on a previous video, I have not taken off driving. So that is very encouraging. Another thing that was going on was I started to take more of the medication I was prescribed, and I talked my doctor into giving me more, but I have a history of substance abuse with it. And so so a follow-up for that is when I took the prescription to the friend's house. They were very accepting of me and they were really cool about it. They took the script and they didn't say, oh, we don't want to deal with this. You're an adult, you have to deal with this. They made me feel very safe and comfortable, and I was able to talk to them. And that was such a blessing, and I just feel so much safer and more confident about it, and I have not had any problems. I've been taking my medication as prescribed, so that's a huge blessing that I didn't just fall off the wagon or something like that. I don't know if you recall the list. It's in the recap session from therapy where we wrote a list of things that I should do when I start feeling upset. I don't have very good news to report on that. I was very upbeat in the video, and then one night I got really upset about something, and I was going down the list, and it just seemed to trivialize everything. And just when I was thinking, I can't, I don't want to do these things, it's just so trivial. I got to light a candle, and then I got so mad. I took a lighter and I was I'll light a candle. And so I was just did that, and I took a picture of myself lighting a candle, and I was and then I just said some words to my therapist. So you may have noticed there haven't been any videos lately of recaps. There has been a hiatus. Hopefully I can get back in. I'm really praying about how God would have me handle that situation to bring about the reconciliation, which I feel is necessary and I want to do. I was angry with her for a while, but I'm no longer angry. At this point, I'm just praying about how to go about it. And I really hope that I can get back in to see her again. Let's see. Living situation, nothing has really come about to fruition yet. I was talking about getting in touch with a case manager and talking about options. Unfortunately, there is just a dead end there. There's really nothing out there for me. Really, what I have now is the best option in terms of like services or anything like that. So I'm just really praying about it. I'm praying that God will show me where he wants me, that I'm praying that I will know where he's leading me and that I'll have a totally supernatural peace about it. Living by myself it's really difficult on two levels. Obviously there's the emotional level, which has been kind of like an ongoing theme in these videos, where I get upset and I'm by myself. Another problem is the logistical challenges of it. Sometimes I lose track of time. I'm not clinically diagnosed. Well, I'm not diagnosed with clinical dissociation, but at night I really dissociate. Even if I'm not mad, I lose track of time. Time it goes by so fast, and I'll look up and all of a sudden it's like 2 a.m. And I'm just like, what happened? When I was in my rehabilitation program, there were other people around. So when I would get distracted, I'd hear dishes, or I'd be like, oh, okay, I need to kind of move along in my evening, or, a shower going. It's like, oh yeah, I need to move along. I need to move along. So logistically, it's really a problem. I'd say right now, I'm almost having more issues that are logistical, besides the emotional. I think I'm really experiencing more logistical issues right now and being by myself. So it's rough. It's still really, really rough. My lease is up in October, so I'm getting down to crunch time. And again, I'm just praying that God would just have me know where he's leading me and to give me that peace about it. So that is what's going on with that. But going back to the relationships, the nice thing is that I feel that I can reach out. Sometimes I backpedal a little bit, and as I start to care more about people, the less inclined I feel to kind of bother them at times. But, they've said to reach out to them, and when they have had nothing but open arms. So I want, I need to trust them. I need to continue to trust them. And with that, finding some balance, because finding some balance as when to reach out and when to not reach out, or when to take it to God. I used to really not care about these people. One Saturday, I was so lonely. I mean, I had nothing going on. I was just so sad. I was so lonely. And I texted someone, and they innocuously said, I'm at a soccer game or something. And in my mind, I was like, a soccer game? You are playing soccer when there is a leper in your church who is alone and has no one to talk to, and blah, 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 blah. And how on earth can you be playing soccer? And that's ridiculous. And that's absolutely crazy. But as I get to know people more, I start to care about them. And now I might actually be like, oh, well, I don't want to distract them and their soccer game or something. But again, they've said that I can reach out to them. But I'm just starting to care more about them. And when I see that they're off doing something like a mission, at times I will kind of backpedal behind their backs. And I just had a conversation with someone, and I was trying to hide that I was backpedaling, and she said, "You're backpedaling." And I shared this burden with her, and she said, "No, just come with just reach out, keep reaching out." And I trust them. I'm just going to have to keep trusting them. In the past, I would reach out and some people would just not address it. And I think it's better when people kind of address it, because then I can just move on in a way. So I'm going to keep trusting that I can reach out. Even when I don't hear back, because I know people do have a lot going on. But when I don't hear back, I can trust that they are praying for me. I can trust in that. So that's pretty much what's going on. I think there is a definite improvement overall, absolutely, in relationships. I have been so blessed. I just the fellowship is really on the rise, and that is so cool. I'm still struggling at home. Logistically, it's getting tough. I really am struggling. So if anyone is watching this, please pray for me. But overall, things are going pretty well. There will be a hiccup every now and then. But I haven't really